Everyone needs to stop and listen to this video. Whether you're MAGA or whether you're a Democrat, it's going to give us a lot of answers. I oftentimes ask MAGA on my lives, is there anything Donald Trump could do to lose your support? And if you're MAGA, I want you to think about that question. Oftentimes the answer is nothing, or unalive somebody, or a video of him actually graping somebody, but then maybe not because it could be AI. What I'm about to tell you probably won't hit if you're MAGA, but I'm hoping it does. I saw this on another creator's page, but 39 years ago, a KGB defector predicted modern America. Russia has had a long-term goal of ideologically subverting the US. The first stage is called demoralization, which would take about 20 years to achieve. We're there. This has been the Soviet plan all along, to undermine the US, not in the battlefield, but in the psyche of the American public. So what it basically means is to change the perception of reality to every American to the extent that despite the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interest of defending themselves, their family, their community, and their country. This should be hitting you hard right now. They are programmed to think and react to small stimuli in a certain pattern. You cannot change their mind. Even if you expose them to authentic information, even if you prove that white is white and black is black, you still cannot change their basic perception and their logic of behavior. Therapists have been screaming at the top of their lungs that this is what we're going through. A person who is demoralized is unable to access true information. The facts tell them nothing. Even if I showed them information with authentic proof, with documents, with pictures, even if you take them to a concentration camp, they will refuse to believe it until it hits them, until literally they're the ones who are impacted. That is demoralization. That is where we're at right now. It goes on to say the next stage is destabilization. This is what we're fearing with the Donald Trump presidency. It's basically targeting our structural elements like the economy, our foreign relations, and defense systems. Think about us removing ourselves from NATO, extreme nationalism, isolation. Elon has even said that our country under Donald Trump's plan is probably in for some economic pain, but it'll be worth it on the other side. What's the other side? Well, first of all, you have a crisis that would only be about 6 weeks, and the last stage is normalization. That's where your country is basically taken over, living under a new ideology and reality. And I don't know how we stop it at this point. People are failing to understand the impending danger of this development, and nothing can happen. We can kiss our freedom goodbye. You guys think that we've been living in peacetime with Russia, when in fact they've been attacking us with disinformation, misinformation, and propaganda for decades. It's so bad that even Republicans, 40%, didn't mind if Russia interfered with our elections. And I don't know what to do. I guess this is why so many of us have been saying this is the FAFO stage, because until it literally hits them, they're not going to be able to snap out of it. We've been on this app for years trying to educate, show proof, and now we know why none of it works. Interestingly enough, when they started this psychological warfare against us, it was targeted at Democrats and boomers. And what we've been noticing through the last few decades is a party switch, right? Those hardworking Americans that used to be Democrats have shifted over to the Republican side based on this propaganda and ideology. And the more educated people that were Republicans, including myself, have shifted over to the Democrat Party. And now that makes sense to me. I was trying to figure it out, but poof. I mean, particularly weak-minded people, uneducated people, Christians, would be a great target as they already subscribe to a certain sort of ideology and are easy to manipulate. And honestly, that's not meant to be an insult. It's just where we are right now. And so using this information, how do we proceed when it doesn't matter if they watch January 6th on television, watch people take flagpoles and beat down police? A jury finds our president to have sexually assaulted a woman. He has felony counts. We literally hear his rhetoric and how dangerous it is. But now we know it doesn't matter what we say. It's not going to change their perception or their reality. And what really concerns me is Donald Trump's relationship with Putin and how easy it is to manipulate him. He owes Russia. We potentially have like Russian sympathizers in charge of our national intelligence. And unfortunately, MAGA, if you stayed to the end, it wouldn't matter what I showed you. You wouldn't believe it anyway. And I don't know where we go from here.